welcome back to my channel. So today is super different. I've never done anything like this because I have never gardened before. But thank you guys for clicking on this video. Obviously, you know, the title is This is my victory garden, or my garden that I started in quarantine. So I wanted to answer some questions about it, show you guys it, put it out there, and we're going to document the progress of these babies, going from little pots to big pots to bigger pots to plants. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so basically, y'all, in this quarantine, it has been going on for a while. If you guys don't know, I live in the Los Angeles area. And so it's just been a lot. 2020 has been a hell of a year, and it's just been a lot. So in the quarantine and in kind of like all the uncertainty that we're dealing with, I decided that I wanted to start a garden, not only for kind of fear of food shortages, which is not too likely, but it's still, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So a lot of people have been kind of suggesting that people start gardens. Even if it isn't a food shortage, it kind of teaches you how to be more self-reliant and to actually, you know, grow your food. And I love to cook, but for some reason I really never thought of gardening. Basically, I decided to start this garden. I wanted to share my progress and share kind of what I'm doing, just in case anybody else out there wants to do it. I'm completely a beginner. I have completely never gardened before, never put anything in the dirt, and trust me, it was the most exciting and rewarding thing to see things actually sprout up. It's literally crazy. So like once you kind of get into it, it's crazy what you can really grow and what you can really do. Like, it's very rewarding. Obviously, that's why you guys clicked on this video. But anyway, so yeah, let's talk about what I kind of got started and the steps that I took. In the nature. Anyways, so basically I ended up going to Lowe's when I decided that I wanted to kind of start this garden, and I'm starting a container garden. So I am in a house right now, but I don't really want to plant anything in the ground. So nowadays you can just do a container garden. So I will be showing you guys the containers probably right now. And things like that. I'm also going to show you guys the original soil that I use, which I used in these pots and in this big pot, and the other soil that I use for the other plants. So basically I went to Lowe's. They have a garden center. I found Lowe's to be a little better than Home Depot for whatever reason. I think they just had more of a variety, or it was just more user friendly or customer friendly. So I was able to like really find the things I needed at Lowe's a little better. But I got these clay pots basically. Now clay pots aren't really recommended, and I don't really see them on YouTube at all. But basically these were like the cheapest kind of pot that you can get. I didn't want to go with plastic because I knew that I wanted the plants to have a little more room before I had to plant them outside. So the clay has been fine for me. I was a little scared about the clay. I did kind of have fears that maybe it would be too wet for the plants, or it would keep things too moist. But I've had pretty good. I haven't really had any problems with the clay, so I can recommend the clay. I also got the bottom part of the clay, just obviously to drain the pots. So you can buy them separately. So altogether, this whole thing is probably like $3. And so the plants that I have here are the first batch of plants that I planted on March 23rd. So I planted sweet bell pepper, multicolors, and then I planted mint because a little tip for gardeners, mint apparently keeps a lot of pests away, keeps a lot of bugs away. So if you have mint and you can kind of maybe put it around your vegetable plants or like in a close proximity, it might keep them from kind of getting messed with and kind of eaten on by bugs and things like that. So I started peppermint and I started bell pepper. So it took about 3 weeks. Well, I'll say it took about 2.5 weeks. But it did take a long time. It took longer than what the actual seed packet said it would take to germinate. So I was freaking out being a first time gardener. Like, I didn't know what was going to happen. Like, I just didn't see anything. It would happen a week. Then it happened in 2 weeks. Then we're on the second week and it's just nothing. So like, I'm just watering dirt at this point. And I'm just like hoping and praying something sprouts up, and it ultimately did. So yeah, in my other tray, I actually planted the bell pepper on the 4th, and that's already coming up, and today is the 19th. So I'm not really sure what happens, but you know, somebody told me that plants basically, you know, Mother Nature pretty much determines when they are going to come up, if they are going to come up. So you can't really go off the package is what I learned. And be careful not to replant over your plants if you don't see anything growing, even if it's past the amount of days on the package. Just keep faith and water, and don't overplant. Like, don't overdo it. Like with planting, I feel, or what I have learned, less is more. And then I went over here and I planted the spinach. So the spinach is the only thing that I use different soil for. I mixed garden soil and potting soil because obviously I'm doing a container garden, so everything will be in pots. So this was the first plant that I tried out that was completely outside. Everything else has been inside on the windowsills. So this was the first thing that I did outside. And because I was nervous of kind of planting seeds outside, I've never done it before, so I was a little nervous. I did add plant food to my spinach, and that proved really cool because basically the spinach just shot up actually before the package, the seeds said the days to germinate. It germinated before the package said. So I'm gonna attain that to the plant food that happened. But either way, really happy about that. We eat spinach basically like every day, every morning. So it's just really cool that in a couple of weeks we'll be able to come out here and just literally pick the spinach and cook it. Really excited about that. Now over in the other tray, by seed, I happened to manage to find onion seeds. So a lot of people do not plant onions from seeds. They maybe use shallots, or they will cut the tops of onions and kind of do it that way. A lot of people don't do a lot of things from seeds. I guess some things are better, I guess, if you buy the nursery plant. But for me, I mean, starting my own kind of thing, I did everything from seed. So what you see over here is actually onion seeds that have been planted, that will be replanted in the big pot and set outside. And then I planted tomato seeds, and I also, because y'all, on the 4th, there was no bell peppers, okay? So I do kind of regret this, but I did plant 4 more bell pepper seeds, and in this new case, one of the bell peppers is already sprouting up, which we just talked about. So obviously I have limited space because I really don't have a full garden. This is kind of gardening when maybe you do live in an apartment or you're tight on space. So I will have a link down below actually to my offer of. So if anybody lives in LA, I am going to sell off my babies because tomato plants scare me. Obviously, they are a vine and they grow crazy. So tomato plants scare me because I just don't want to come outside and be like overwhelmed by the plants, you know, just be like completely taken over by the plants. So I planted every tomato seed because a little birdie told me, or basically my aunt came over and told me that you don't just plant 1 or 2 seeds, okay? You plant a bunch of seeds because you don't know what's gonna sprout up, right? And I was like, oh yeah, because nothing has sprouted up at the time, you get what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, okay, like I'm just gonna plant a bunch of seeds, like, okay, that's what people do, you know? So I planted a bunch of seeds, and every single tomato seed done sprouted up. Okay, you think I got room for 7 tomato plants? I mean, I do, but like, I love tomatoes, but come on, I don't eat that many tomatoes, girl. So my offer up will be down below. I'm definitely going to be selling these tomato plants, so anybody who wants to transplant them, you could have a tomato plant. They do kind of get a little crazy. You will need to get a cage for them and kind of keep them contained as they grow, you know, but just I know it's going to be a beautiful plant, and you guys can see the beginning, and you guys can be on this journey with me and actually buy my babies, because they've been raised right. Okay, they have a lot of love and care and all that kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I know you'd be so happy to have them. But anyways, so yeah guys, basically all together I'm gonna be planting corn, spinach, tomatoes, onion, carrots, and potatoes. And I think I got everything along with peppermint. So those are things that I love. Those are things that I pretty much can't wait to eat fresh and see if there is any difference, like gardeners say. And yeah, so next we are going to, or I'm going to film me basically taking these plants and moving them to their big pots and their outside plants. And also I'm going to show you guys basically how I chitted my potatoes, a little method that I guess I kind of figured out that's been working, kind of something easy you can use on the cheap to get it done. And yeah, thank you guys so much for starting this little journey with me, this little garden journey in this quarantine. I pray that everybody is staying safe and doing everything we need to do for public health and safety, and also everything you need to do for your mental health in these trying times when we just can't really do much. So once again, thank you guys so much for clicking on the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And me and my babies will see you later. Bye guys.